Hi, today I got my fretless beer machine here, tin top, tin back actually, sounds really good. It's got a MBG 6-string pickup on an angle on the inside touching the top, so that gives you that piezo effect. Everybody says, oh, we don't want a piezo, we want a humbucking pickup. Yes, it's a humbucking pickup, but if I want to tap stuff out, I can, which I think is kind of cool. And fretless, of course, as I mentioned, and I'm tuned G, D, G. Today's lesson is about adding notes to chords. For beginners or for non-beginners, but for people who don't want to learn scales and theory. Instead of using a blues, I'm going to use a folk song, because it's got 4 chords. Everybody likes the song, I think, anyway. I get asked for it all the time. Wagon Wheel. The chords are G, 0, 0, 0, D, 7, 7, 7, E, technically E minor, but for us it's just E, that's 9, and C. I'll play just a little bit of it for you while you get those chords together. So I picked it a little bit, and then I strummed it. Doesn't matter how you play it. What we're looking for is after you've been singing or you're just playing your guitar by yourself, and you want to add in a note or something to sound cool. Well, how do you do that? Well, first of all, you're going to play the first chord, then you're going to go up to the next chord. And you can tell right away that you're now going to go up to 9. So you can go. Right? And then a neat thing to do is hit the high string and down to the C chord. Because you're going there anyway. So you've turned the chord from a chord to a lead fill. Let me show you how to do that. I'll go slow. See how all of a sudden it's become very sophisticated sounding, but you didn't really do anything. So I'll do another thing here. Now you know you're in the key of G. Well, maybe you didn't, but you are, because you're tuned to G. And the 12th fret is a G note. So you can add that in if you want. Hitting this a little too much, aren't I? But anyway, another thing you can do, the second part of the song, second time around, you instead of going to the E minor, you go to the C, and you stay there twice. I'll demo that just in case you didn't follow that. First time, use a little note there. Second time. So we're going to stay on there for another 4 beats, which means we've got time to do something. So what could we do? Well, we just came from this note. And all I did was hit this note in between, because we know it's in the other chord. So let me put that together for you. So all I did there was go backwards. We know that note works. We know we can hit that in between. So all of a sudden you got a whole bunch of stuff you can do. Like that. Just with the notes that you see in the chords. And this note here, up on 12, That's an octave of the open string. So you know that's in there, and everything else you can see. It's a 9, 7, and the 5. So I'm going to stop there with that part of things because you can actually go on and find more stuff, but I don't want it to be too overwhelming. So you can work those out. And the other thing that you can do is when you're playing a folk song, a non-blues song, with the blues, as you probably know, or if you don't, you end up with the 3rd fret a lot. You know, with pop, country, old rock and roll, stuff like that, you often end up with the 2nd fret, especially country, let's say. And this is kind of a country folk song. So instead of the 3rd fret, it's the 2nd fret. I'll show you what I mean. In a blues, you get the idea. But with this song, if you want to lead into the next chord, you would use the 2nd fret on the middle string. Like that. So you tend to work with things like the 2nd frets, occasionally the 4th maybe, but the other stuff, those are right in with the chords. So what I'm going to do now is, while you weren't looking, I made a little loop, and I'm going to play a little lead along with it, just using what we just discovered. Nothing extra, hopefully. Okay, hopefully I kept that as really, really simple. So you can see that just with those notes that you've derived from the chords, without learning a scale or doing anything, and of course they are actually a scale, but you don't have to remember anything or do anything, whether you're a sophisticated player who's studied music or whether you're not. You're going to find the exact same notes. And that's what they are. They're pieces of the chord, you might say. I hope that was helpful, and I hope you have some fun putting in some licks to your tunes. And of course, that doesn't just work for Wagon Wheel. That works for any songs that you're playing. Just look at where the chords join up and join the notes. And there'll always be a note, if the chords got distance between the chords, there'll be a note in there somewhere. Maybe the first time you'll hit a fret that, ooh, that doesn't sound good. Well, don't hit it again. The one next to it, just a half step lower or higher, will sound good. Always. That's how it works. Have a great day.